Yeah, technical issues.
Hey, how you doing? I'm David McGar. This is Property Value, about to talk radio. I'm here with Ralph Pena, Managing Director of Colliers Miami office.
What's up, everyone?
Representing all South Florida. How you doing, Ralph?
Not bad, man. For a what day?
For an old
Wednesday. Man, I lose track of days already. So can't believe it's February.
It's Wednesday. It's January. It's February 2nd, 2022. We're already 11 months left. Where we at in this robust market today? We're going to talk about office. Start us off, Ralph.
Let's go for it. Office recovery takes a cautious step forward. This is out of CoStar.
David Kahn, Director of Market Analytics. Here we go, Ralph.
Yeah, while uncertainty is still the prevailing theme in office sector, after 2 consecutive quarters of improved leasing activity, a case can be made that the national office market is stabilizing and entering the early stages of recovery. That's pretty open statement. I mean,
first paragraph.
Yeah.
Let's see what else they say.
Office leasing activity remains slightly below pre-COVID norms, but leasing volume in the fourth quarter of 2021 roughly matched the third quarter total. The steady leasing environment persisted despite the effect of Omicron variant, which upend return to office expectation for many office tenants. Stronger leasing volumes in the second half of 2021 helped contribute to the positive net absorption. The net change in the space occupied by office tenants, less move-outs and demand roughly match new office supply added in the fourth quarter. As a result, the national office vacancy flattened out to just above 12%. That seemed to make sense. I mean, some of the stuff, we just recently worked on an office and it was somewhere hovering around the 8 to 10% in the Broward area.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just in Coconut Grove and there was a brand new office building and they're trying to get $75 triple net and they're not getting people. So
interesting. With 75 and they're not getting people, considering how Brickell is?
75 triple net. It's pretty high.
Right. The uptick in leasing is a positive leading indicator for the office market's recovery, but the sector still faces considerable challenges. In particular, the amount of subject space available in the office market is persistent drag on efforts to increase rents, but it has been a boon to tenants in the market for office space. While the amount of sublet availability has slowly drifted lower in recent quarters, it is still near a record high. And with more sublet options out there, office users are increasingly taking advantage of generally more affordable sublet leases for their space needs. The prevalence of sublet space on the market is eroding the bargaining power of landlords in lease negotiation, which is translating to relatively flat rent growth on a national level. It will remain difficult for office owners to push asking rents higher until leasing activity improves further. The amount of space sublet on the market trends lower and the office vacancy rates start to decline. Office sales volume picked up in the second half of 2021 following a slow start to the year, an indication that investors are regaining confidence in the sector despite a still uncertain near-term outlook. Average same-store price has trended slightly higher, driven by sales involving well-leased trophy assets. Rent collection for leased space remains strong, and institutional owners are still generally well-capitalized, which has limited acquisition opportunities for distressed asset sales at a discount pricing. What are your thoughts, man?
I think it varies wherever you are in the nation. There's split decisions on different cities and different metros and markets. And I think that the national overlook on market space, on office space right now, I think it's not the greatest look into really what's going on.
I would agree. I mean, it brought up subleasing, right? In one of the paragraphs. I have yet to see that down here in the multiple offices that, at least from experience evaluating office in South Florida in the last 2 or 3 years, I have yet to encounter little to no subleasing. In fact, any of the subleasing that I've encountered has been more on the retail side than the office side.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, most that's true with retail, because restaurant guys, I know for a fact, go in there and they take a spot and then maybe they can't get the capital or whatever to get together.
Right.
But now they have the lease and they go out and sublet it.
Right. But on the office side, I mean, I have yet to see it. I mean, I'm only speaking for South Florida. Out of that whole article, the vacancy, 12%, well, a little bit higher than what we're seeing down here, but
that's a pretty good.
It is a great number.
Strong vacancy.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad
Downtown
number.
Miami was at 16%, and the overall Miami-Dade was at 10%.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's bracketed.
Correct.
National brackets, 2 base points over our county-wide office vacancy rate.
But yeah, it's interesting, seeing, everybody thought office was going to go downhill during the pandemic, right? I mean, yeah, we had a little bit of a hiccup, but not to the extent that was predicted back then.
Yeah, I think I think people have a lot of mixed emotions about office and how it's going and where it's going in the future and what's the blueprint going to be like, the footprint's going to be look like, and are people going to go back, and how fast can they get people to go back? And now that people work remotely, will they keep working remotely? Will we go into a hybrid that, you can work remotely some days and then you have to come in to collaborate on the other days? I don't know. We'll see. I got an article here. Bring it up. And it says AirCap leases 20,000 square feet near the top of 830 Brickell in Miami. 830 Brickell is the new tower. If you don't know, it's right here. It's right beside the Mary Brickell. I mean, the City Center, brand new Swire development that happened in the last 10 years. 830 Brickell is the new big, strong building.
Yeah, we've been watching that go up.
And so the article says AirCap leases 20,000 square foot near the top. So it goes on to say that AirCap, an aviation leasing company, signed a 20,000 square foot lease at 830 Brickell in Miami's Financial Center, joining Microsoft, I can't talk today, Thoma Bravo, and CI Financial in the 55-story office tower. Headquartered in Dublin, Ireland, AirCap will expand to South Florida in the C-Class A building, developed by Oco Group and Kane International, which is scheduled for completion by the end of 2022. So they got 11 months to get that bad boy done. Attracting global company like AirCap is precisely what envisioned when we decided to develop this best-in-class tower in Brickell Financial District. Vlad Doran, CEO of Oco Group, and Jonathan Goldstein, CEO of Kane International, said in a joint statement, asking rents at 830 Brickell start at $100 per square. That's what I wanted to get at. Asking rents. So you read this, and I'm about to show the Broward stats of office today. But so here we go. Asking rents at the best probably tower, the newest tower, not finished yet, $100, a square foot. Starwood is close to $75 to $100 on Miami Beach. The new
Sunset Harbor
is going up, trying to compete with around $90. By the time they're finished, it'll probably be up to 100 or maybe more. Miami offers a business-friendly environment, easily accessibility to our customers in both North and South America, as well as the amenities that attract the best talent. AirCap will occupy the entire 50th floor, joining CI Financial, which recently signed for 40,000 square feet on 48th and 49th floors. Imagine that view. The view's got to be amazing. CI Financial, the Canadian asset management firm, made the decision to expand within the building at a rapid rate, having signed a lease for only one floor in September 2021. So what's that, 4 months ago?
Mm-hmm.
That same month, Microsoft announced it would be leasing approximately 50,000 square feet. The landlords were represented by All the majors: Cushman, Wakefield, Brian Gale, Ryan Goldsman, Adam Trench, Jeff Goldstein, Keith Ellerman at CBRE. All the top players. 830 Brickell is in a league of its own, the first trophy office tower to be developed in Miami's urban core in more than a decade. The building, 830 Brickell, was designed by architecture firm Adrian Smith and Gordon Gill, with interiors by Italian architecture and design company Iso Cini and Associati. Property amenities include rooftop bar, a restaurant, health and wellness center, conference facility, outdoor terrace, cafe, street level retail. Workers in the tower also get access to the views of Biscayne Bay and the rest of Miami. Look at those amenities. Rooftop bar and restaurant. Health and wellness center. I wonder which one you go to first. Do you go to the health and wellness center or do you go to the rooftop bar and restaurant?
Why not both?
Yeah, conference facility, outdoor terraces, cafes, street level retail. That street level retail is literally Brickell City Center, which is a beautiful development.
We've been watching this go up for a while now.
830 Brickell.
Yeah. I mean, this is the one that everybody talks about now in this area.
The trophy.
The game changer. I mean, $100 a square. I mean, that says it all.
Yes, it does. So I wanted to switch over to Brickell here. And these are I think everyone can see it.
Broward,
These are the data of the office industry in Broward County. Broward County is in between Palm Beach County and Dade County, which makes up South Florida. The inventory of the square foot, the current inventory states 72 million square foot of office space. Under construction is 700,000 square foot. That's 3% up year over year. Net absorption now looks like it's down, but it's up, I guess, because they're delivering.
Yeah.
Vacancy rate very comparable to the national level from that report that you read. Vacancy rate is hovering around 11.4, even though it's beating the national level by 60 basis points. It's right there in the pocket. Market rent per square foot. Now, this is across all classes, A, B, and C. So it's hovering around $31.57. That's up 3% year over year. Market sale price per square foot, $240, up 4%. And market cap rate, 7 cap. Looks like it's holding steady, but also that's, across all classes. And I just wanted to go down real quick and see. Here's market rent. Last year was 30. 3-year trailing. Move these things around. Market sale price 228, 230 is the norm. 240. Yeah, 3-year norm of cap rates is 7.23. And 12-year sales volume, there was $903 million. Oh, that's the 3-year average is $903 million. Last year in Broward, we had $1.1 billion worth of office space sold. Great stats, Broward County. They're not the Wall Street of the South like Palm Beach is, but
they're like the middle child.
They're doing their thing. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So office is robust. Office is being built in Brickell. Office is at 12% national vacancy. Yeah, man. It's good. A lot of office being built in Wynwood as well. So what else? You got one more article?
I got an interesting one. This is off of the South Florida Business Journal. 3.4 million square foot tower could rise at the former Miami Arena site. You're familiar with that location. This is the old Miami Arena, downtown Miami, right by the Bright Line.
Exactly. A beautiful site right on the bay.
Yep.
Right when you're coming over the causeway. And forever that site was supposed to be a gambling casino. And I guess they couldn't get that.
Yeah, this is over there. It's funny because when they first built this arena, it was right at the edge of the Metro Rail station, and there was nothing there. And it's evolving over time. The former home of the Miami Arena in downtown Miami could be developed into a 3.38 million square foot project with residential, offices,
I thought you said the
retail.
Old Miami.
This is the old Miami Arena. No, the Miami Arena.
Oh, I don't know where that is.
The Miami Arena is basically where the Bright Line station is. It's right around that corridor, right by the Overtown Metro Rail station, literally right across the street. So if you look in the map on the look up the Overtown Metro Rail, and you'll see the site. Yep, there it is right there. That's it.
So this is what they're gonna.
Yeah.
This could be the new what?
It's going to be developed into a 3.38 million square foot project with residential, office, and retail.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Right downtown. I mean, let me bring this back up again.
So the address is 700 North Miami Avenue.
Right. This is the new arena right here.
Yep.
And then you got the Paramount. That's like right here somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Very fancy. I don't know how many. I don't remember how many floors.
Jesus, like 25, maybe more than that.
Way more than that. Austin, you remember how many floors Paramount is? Nope. So yeah, you have the Paramount. You have the one museum over here, which is where all the tech people are buying condos now. And so yeah, it's just makes sense to build another high rise right there. It's not on water. I don't know I'm sure if you go up 50, 60 floors, then you're gonna have. Does it say how many floors?
57-story tower connected by a podium at the base. It will combine 2,195 residential units, 540,000 square feet of office, which is interesting. I mean, it's right by the Bright Line, so obviously it makes sense to have office there. Roughly 50,000 square feet of retail and 2,500 parking spaces. The site plan showed most of the retail will fit in a 40,000 square foot box at the center of the property, potentially for a large store. There would be residential units in all 3 towers, office space in 2 of the towers. And then it gives you a little bit of the history, from 1988 until it was demolished in 2008. The Miami Arena was the home of the Heat, Panthers, obviously University of Miami, and a lot of concert venues. It used to be the arena back in the day.
I never went there.
Yeah, I used to go a couple times. I mean, it was interesting because it was originally purchased by MDM Hotel Group. They had originally gotten approval to develop the Marriott Marquis Miami World Center Hotel and Expo Center there. It was supposed to have been South Florida's largest hotel by room with a major convention center, and it was planned as part of a 27-acre Miami World Center district. Now, obviously, the pandemic put a damper on it, and in 2021, Witkoff and Monroe Capital paid $94 million for the site.
Yeah, man, that's downtown.
Yep.
Blowing up, and it makes complete sense because that's right beside the other towers that I think who bought them, Starwood or
yeah, I think it was Starwood.
Where Brightline and all that transmodal development came in.
Yeah.
Yep. Just another development going up. So here I have. Let me bring this up. The neighborhood is the amenity. Why parts of Miami are booming. Urban X principal Corleen Penbad developed the River Landing mixed-use project of the Bank of Miami River in an area called the Health District, which bustles with workers from nearby hospitals and courthouse. I heard it's the largest health district in the nation, by the way. A key focus, she said, was providing access to the waterway, which had long been considered an industrial working river rather than a community set, and that's the River Landing. Designed with an open-air passage that invites people to walk through the retail complex from the street to the river, and with a setback from the water where people can linger. The project attracts people naturally without ever having to feel like they need to buy something in order to be there. Now, that welcoming feel paid off. River Landing's 528 multifamily units were absorbed in 9 months.
Wow.
Penbad and other commercial real estate experts spoke at Business Now's Future of Wynwood in Allapattah event Thursday, held inside the newly completed 195,000 Gateway at Wynwood. Wynwood is once a gritty neighborhood packed with warehouses that has transformed into a hub for street art that later attracted trendy, independent businesses. Now the area is booming with construction cranes as tall as high rises and stacks the streets. The neighborhood is in the 5th inning. Co-founder Scott Sherman said, normally, he said, neighborhoods grow with residential offerings first, then office and retail follow. What is it called? Roofs and beds or something? Or roofs and heads?
Yeah.
Wynwood had retail first, and its bustling vibe made business want to be there. With the work from home becoming a more viable option every day, panelists discussed how it takes something special for workers and business owners to want to be in offices, just like we were talking about earlier. And Wynwood offers that with its authenticity and energy. We bought the cube in March of 21. We already fully leased. Sherman said we just signed blockchain.com for 2 floors. I can't read it. Numerous other notable companies from the hedge funds to Spotify and SoftBank have also taken space in Wynwood, where Class A office rents average $66, almost $67 per square foot, according to Q4 2021 office market report from another brokerage. With land prices rising, development has spread outward from the neighborhood core. Wynwood Equity Partners president Yanni Bornstein is developing an area called Wynwood Norte in the blocks north of Trinity Arts District. It was inevitable that, given the growth of Wynwood, development would creep northward, he said. So he decided to be proactive and involve longtime residents in planning as a neighborhood-faced gentrification. Together, the stakeholders developed a community vision plan. Then they sought out zoning changes that would allow the center of the neighborhood to remain low rise while allowing density on the fringes. As a result, he said, character is maintained from his single-family homes and small apartments, while developers are still allowed to build denser product, which allows them to make returns and also provide affordable units. The long-term residents appreciated infrastructure upgrades and street grade improvements that came with the new development. He said, the reason it went fairly smooth, it was never about our project. It was always about the community. West of Wynwood, Allapattah is a working class neighborhood where prominent Miami developers have been buying up parcels and announcing big projects over the past few years. Allapattah Collaborative Director of Economic Development and Strategy, Francisco Asato, said that Bornstein, she's working to influence zoning ordinances to prevent displacement of longtime residents. Equitable development is a growing philosophy for urban planning that lets traditionally underserved populations be more involved in how their communities evolve. Sometimes when developers come in, they imagine a blank canvas, and then they're creating something new. And what we're saying is, it's not a blank canvas. There's a beautiful painting already. So can we work with the painting that exists? Can we enhance the colors? A key focus now, Ascato said, is how best to develop Little Santo Domingo, a section of the commercial corridor lined with Dominican-owned businesses. A combination of stakeholders, styles, and ideas ultimately leads to a more vibrant feel than a master plan project, panelists said. I don't think a neighborhood needs one singular identity to survive and to thrive. It's got multiple identities. That ecosystem is going to be what sustains the growth of Allapattah. Thoughts?
I find it interesting. I think when you're looking at these neighborhoods, I mean, they've always been small mom and pop, blue collar retail spaces, right? What are you going to do over time? Obviously, you're in Wynwood. You're expanding to this, what they call Wynwood Norte. You're going to go into Allapattah. Well,
no, they're not. No, Wynwood Norte is not Allapattah.
No, I know that. Okay. Then they're going into Allapattah.
Right,
that's what I said.
Correct.
Now, what you're looking at here is supply and demand, what we talked about all the time. That's what we do. We analyze it. Well, as they expand, there's going to be a demand for retail, more restaurants. What are you going to do about these small mom and pop businesses who they want to keep the identity? They want to keep the small Dominican, what they call neighborhoods, right? But these individuals are used to paying, lower tier rents. They're not paying, $60, $50 triple net that we're seeing in the Wynwood area and the retail corridor. Over time, they're going to be over time, unfortunately, because of the economic growth of that area. We've seen it happen in other neighborhoods. Eventually, they are going to be pushed out. And it's great what they're doing, but at the end of the day, it's business. Landlord's going to come in, spend a lot of money, fix it up, clean up the neighborhood. He's going to demand higher rent.
Yeah, I mean, I think that what they were saying with Norte is that they want to work with what's going on in there. Correct. And not paint a new canvas, but work with the colors that are within that canvas.
Right.
Meaning, and in saying that, onto reflecting on higher rents for the mom and pops that are already there, that are currently there, if they clean up the neighborhood and if they clean up the streetscape and bring in some density for a different demographic, right? So it's higher paying. I mean, that whole area is more like young professionals, right? And because people like the walkability of Midtown, Wynwood, Design District. Those are people that are able to pay more for when they are going to their neighborhood bodega or their local coffee shop or the local pizza place or empanadas or, you know, whatever those mom and pops might be giving to the community, right? So if you have someone that's going to be able to pay more, like a young professional, right? Then I think that eventually the tenant will be able to pay more as well.
Right. You're talking about, as the neighborhood gets cleaned up, you're going to have more people coming in, more traffic, more pedestrian traffic coming into the facility. I agree with that.
I think raising the rents on the mom and pops would be the last thing that they would do.
Correct. But it's just a matter of it's going to happen over time.
Right. It's a nice story. Is what you're
saying. I would agree. Yeah.
I agree. All right. Ralph Pena, David McGard, Property Value, signing off on February 2nd. See you tomorrow.
See you guys.